Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And this is an important one. We've got some big headlines to cover off. Anybody that's holding crypto right now, I'm going to summarize some really important key things that we need to be considering in this bear cycle. So if you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes. There's no reason why we can't. So get smashing that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Stick around to the end for the summary because you're going to want to know what you need to be looking at. Okay, let's get down to the desktop. Let's have a look at the crypto market as it is, down 2.75% for the total, market cap of crypto, down at $1.21 trillion. And yeah, it's taken a bit of a pounding, right? Where you go Bitcoin less than 29,500, down 2.5%. And you've got XRP leapfrogging Cardano again, Cardano dropping down to 7th. And for those of you that missed my video, I did sell a large percentage of my ADA holdings at about 64 cents. And I did say that I was expecting it to go down. I haven't fallen out of love with Cardano. I really love the project, but you've got a responsibility to make sure that you maximize your portfolio holdings, and that's all I'm doing with this particular move. And if you want to find out more about strategies and that sort of stuff, have more meaningful conversations with us, jump in our Discord. Link is in the description. It's free to join. We've got over 3,200 people in our Discord. Great thriving community willing to help newbies in the space. And if you have got experience, join the community and support others. This is great for the adoption of cryptocurrency and investing, right? We're here to learn together and build generational level wealth. So nothing to lose. Get in the Discord and chat with us and the community. So overall, it's not a pretty picture when you look at the coin market cap and everything that's going on with crypto. But I do think this month we're going to bottom out in crypto. Now, so first of all, I want to cover off some of the headlines. Now, I have done a few videos, just going back a few days where we had the pump, and I wanted to articulate to our viewers about the fact that these media outlets are obviously owned by the super wealthy and they're pushing out the content that suits their agenda. And, there was a lot of, I guess, headlines that would encourage people to purchase when it's a pump, right? It's gone up 10%, 15%, 20%. I think some altcoins went up 40%, and the headlines were very much bullish, get in before it's too late, all that sort of wonderful stuff. And we've got the pullback now, and it's doom and gloom. It's like they try to get you to sell on the dips, and they try to get you to buy on the way up, right, on the green days. And it's very much like this in the headlines today, obviously pulling back, and you see headlines like this: crypto firms say thousands of digital currencies will collapse, and they're comparing the market to the early .com days. Now there's over 19,000 cryptocurrencies in existence, and I expect many of them will crash and burn and not do very well, right? But ultimately, that is why I have perhaps been very vocal about Ponzi schemes recently and projects that are misleading investors and now trying to tie people up to 3 months of staking and so forth. Now, I'm trying to help people navigate the space in a safe way and trying to get people to think about the market in a different capacity, right? I want people to be safe. I want people to flourish in this space and build generational level wealth. And bear markets are where you generate that generational level wealth, where you build it, where you build that portfolio that gives you generational level wealth, right? This is, it's not a mugs game. It's not fast and quick money. And ultimately, there's going to be a lot of people that are in the red right now, right? And they got in somewhere near the top or on the way down or on the way up. And ultimately, those that got in the previous bear cycle are still in profit right now, right? And I'm one of those individuals, fortunately. Now, this is about making sure that you're going back over the projects that you're invested in, making sure that they still resonate with you, along with many other things that I'll cover up in our summary, right? But I agree, many of the altcoins or projects in the space are going to collapse. Many are collapsing, and I've covered some examples where projects or altcoin teams haven't been able to get VC backing and have ultimately dumped on their community 10% of the entire supply, dropping the price of the altcoin 77%. And I've demonstrated examples of this way. I'm taking it very, very seriously because I want you all to be successful in this space. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Do you expect to see thousands of digital currencies collapse over the coming weeks, months and years? Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. I think we are at that stage where it's too early for a lot of these altcoins to fail still. I believe we're not at that adoption stage where we're going to start to see that happen. Just my opinion. I think we're still at an early stage where we're likely to see some of these bigger projects purchase failing altcoins and stuff like that, and I don't think we've even seen that yet, and that's something that we saw in the .com. What I would say is there's a lot of influencers out there that haven't got much life experience. They're very young. They haven't seen the .com period. They didn't feel or understand or had any I guess business acumen in the 2008 crash. Most of the people in this space have only seen bullish times and not bearish times. So take that into consideration when you're watching some of the influencers on YouTube. Take that into consideration with some of the BS that is said on Twitter and some of these other places or platforms. I think that's something that does need calling out for sure. Then we've got other articles here with like the FBI, setting its sights on the crypto economy with arrests of former OpenSea staffer. And this is basically, for insider trading. And I think we are going to see more and more of this. One of the things that I have been doing recently is I have been calling out bad actors in this space. But we are seeing lots of projects that, in my humble opinion, and it is just an opinion, are basically involved in some very misleading activities, generating wallets, putting in tokens and staking them, through an automatic system of some sort, saying that it was a community member that's behind it, and trying to distance themselves from it. But they're still involved. They still knew it was happening. They still, they didn't come clean to say, actually, let's remove some of these wallets that we know are just not real and they're just there to make it perceptionally look like a more more adoptions happening with the project than is actually happening, right? It's very easy to say it was a community member that did it, but they're on your books. They're mods, they're staff, they are involved in your project. And it's almost like a lot of people are trying to cover their ears, covering their eyes so they don't see or hear what's being said, because it's really alarming. If there's projects, altcoins, teams, looking to mislead you, to make you believe that actually the staking is increasing when the market's going down and there's more sellers than there are buyers, but the staking's still going up. And to not respond to any of the questions that the community are asking, and then just try to play it down, and then rather than actually come clean and talk to you, they come out with a function to lock your tokens up for an additional 3 months. I just think this is just absurd, but people don't want to hear it. But for the life of me, I don't understand why. This is coming from a good place, trying to support people in the crypto space to be successful. So, we are going to see more of this, right? We're going to see more insider trading come into light. I would imagine we are going to see a lot of projects, crash and go to zero. And this is why it's really important to be keeping an eye on what it is that you're invested in. And we'll come on to that in a moment. Coinbase announces cost-cutting measures as crypto firms face bear market. And this is really interesting. You know, you've got Gemini obviously doing it earlier as well, looking at this. So for me, it's something to be concerned about, right? There's lots of people that are still saying, you know, they're bullish on crypto. But actually, I think the bottom's not in yet. And I think these articles, although they're trying to scare people, and I don't agree with, you know, the timing of a lot of it, it is what's happening in the space. So, you know, we need to be aware of all of this, and we need to maybe change strategies along the way to basically make sure that we're increasing our portfolio. We've actually, you know, not adding any additional funds and so forth. As you know, interest rates increase, cost of living increases, wages aren't, right? So it's getting much harder to invest, and we're seeing the wealthy get wealthier and the poorer get poorer, right? So we need to perhaps react differently to how we have in the past. Just my opinion. Like I say, there's a lot of influencers that haven't got the type of experience of a bear cycle, you know, in crypto or even in the wider financial world. You know, there's a lot of people that just got very lucky in the bull cycle, and now, you know, got hundreds of thousands of followers, right, and talk absolute nonsense. So just be careful out there. One thing that I would say, and I think, you know, I want to summarize with the stuff that I think is really important, and I can keep banging on about it. Like, we got a lot of like heat and a lot of I guess threats and stuff like this around, you know, me calling out some of the projects that I've called out, and I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to talk about the good as well as the bad. I think this stuff is really important to talk about, and to be clear with people as to what's actually happening in this space. There's good actors and there's bad actors, and we need to keep an eye on the projects, the altcoins in particular, that we're invested in, and we need to make sure that the roadmaps are in place and they're sufficient, right? And we're happy, and we, you know, the project still resonates with us as it is, because projects change. They're like relationships, right? They grow, they blossom, or they don't blossom, and, you know, you have to part ways, right? And it's very much like a relationship, in my opinion. So there's projects out there that, you know, perhaps they were focused on one area and now they're going over into metaverse, and, you know, along with everybody else. Maybe that doesn't resonate with you as an individual. Maybe the roadmap hasn't got dates on it, so you can't hold them accountable. I think that's so important. You know, there isn't a roadmap. The team's anonymous. Well, do you know who's running the project? I think you need to know who's running the project. The team is, you know, huge fundamental part of whether a project is going to be successful or not. You've got to have the right people behind the project in order to push it forward and for it to be successful. So you need to know who the team is. So anonymous teams, they're a thing of the past. I think in the future there won't be anonymous teams. There's no need to be an anonymous founder, in my opinion. Let me know what your thoughts are, whether you think there should be anonymous founders or not. I don't think there should. I think it will be a thing of the past, and ultimately projects that have anonymous founders will just, you know, go to zero. That's my opinion. Now, with that said, it's important because they're going to run the project. The roadmaps, again, really important. You know, the technology that's underneath the hood, really important. And the utility, the use case, the community, all of these things, all of these aspects are really important. So go take a look and review your portfolios. Don't sit on your portfolios thinking that, you know, they were really good 6 months, 8 months ago. Things have moved on. People have come from, you know, joined the team, left the team. There's loads of things that have happened over the last 6 to 8 months. That project might not be the same, you know, the same as it was when you first looked at it. Go do that. Go, you know, do that research on those projects again. Make sure they resonate with you. Make sure that actually, you know, if you've got questions, you go ask the team. And if the team doesn't answer the questions that you feel that they should answer, then I question why you're investing in the project, because you are investing in the people that aren't willing to give you the time of day to give you the answers. So, you know, I think that speaks volumes to me. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. You know, do you think that there's going to be an awful lot of projects that go to zero, like I do, like what's articulated in the headlines? You know, are you reviewing your portfolios? making sure that the projects still resonate with you and you're happy with what the team's doing. Let's keep the teams accountable. You know, the bear market for us is a fantastic time to invest and build a great portfolio to build generational level wealth. But a bear market on the flip side for projects is a great time to be building. It's a great time to be demonstrating why we should be investing in them. So I hope this was useful, informative, educational, all that sort of stuff. If you enjoyed the video, mash up that like button. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tapping that bell selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.